Right. Hi, everyone. We are going to introduce you to Sushant on the left, Dan and Jay on the right. Good morning, chaps. In Mumbai. And I want to tell you a little story that I picked up recently that I'm going to show you here, that they were presenting on web push notifications. I read it in the Buzz newsletter, Ness Academy, open house on web push notifications. It had come out of my ideas. So, guys, tell us, how did it come about? And tell us a bit more about your adventures in web push notifications.
So we just started about thinking what we could show in my idea contest, and there was a technology that we are seeing most recently. So whenever we subscribe to the YouTube channel, it was showing us a notification. It was not asking us for email IDs or telephone number, but it's still showing us whatever new video was uploaded to the YouTube. So that's how we came up about the web push notification.
Right, and then you looked into it and you built a little bit of an architecture we were going to see, right? So
Yeah.
there's a little history you just described there. Then just set it up again. What is it? Where did it come from?
Yeah, it came from. It was my idea of contest part Q1. What happened earlier? We had mechanisms like email and text messages to notify users about an event that has occurred. So there are some limitations with these existing mechanisms, and that could be overcome by web push notification. So we thought of coming with this new mechanism
Right.
and show to people or developers.
Right. So is it dependent on the marketers knowing an email account and having a phone number and of course those things working, which is interesting because today we're recording it with the GDPR regulations coming in Europe, and it's all about holding and get permission to use that email address. So this is not dependent on the email address, right? So this definition, just to explain it to us again. I mean, the web push notifications coming from the website, you don't need the email address. They come from the browser, right?
Right.
Yeah. Actually, the web push notification uses the browser endpoint, so there is no need for a mobile number or the email address.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's a perfect way to get into this little architecture you built, right? So let's talk us through the thing you've put together.
So there is a application server and the client browser. So whenever a client subscribe for a particular event that the application server is pushing from his end, so user has to allow that subscription. And in the next screen, you can see that the browser is allowing for the subscription. And in that subscription, the little object is created that has the authentication details as well as the endpoint for the communication. So that subscription data is sent to the application server and it is stored for the further references.
Excellent, right? That's clear. So go on and just take us through these. So that was the step 2, right? The store endpoint. Just take us through these other steps.
Yeah. So whenever there is an event, like there is a product and the price has changed for it, and we want to push that notification to the user who has subscribed to it, or there might be any error on your production server and you want to notify developers about it, that time it will raise an event that would be pushed to the web component. So this
Right.
web component is nothing but the implementation of web push library that we could implement on our own or use the local repository that is on GitHub.
Right.
And by implementing that, we could send or broadcast our messages to the clients that have subscribed to it. Once we call that web component, those messages will be broadcasted to the client browsers.
Right. Okay. Which is where people
Yeah.
receive their notification. And this is all about this interesting concept of the service worker, right?
Yeah, service worker JS file comes into the picture. So service worker is nothing but a JS file that is used. Earlier we were using app cache manifest file for storing cache responses or files on the client side. So there could not be a overhead for the further request. That's how the service worker came into the picture, and it is evolving. So it is currently providing the features like caching the responses, then geofencing, and again showing notification to the user is one of them. Also, for developing PWAs, that is progressive app web apps, we need this feature to be implemented on the in our website. So that's very important with Service Worker.
Right. It's been around quite a while, I think. This story, it's not a brand new thing, but it seems to be quite rich in the possibilities, what you could do with Service Worker.
Yeah, so we can exploit the functionality. That's why we need a HTTPS feature for Service Worker. And it was from a couple of years back, it has been there. And we were not that much active to find it out. But recently we got a chance to search on that technology and get it done.
Right, so the Service Worker seems to be the engine of all this, right? And where it's the possibilities lie for the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we just, on the business impacts, I mean, I could step through here. The bits that you told me, which I thought were fascinating, this is classically used as an e-commerce tool. And there we've got, nearly 300% re-engagement when the push reminds people to come. But tell us, a bit more about what you found about business impacts.
So basically, this push notification has impacted e-commerce sector the most, and you can see that sectors like other sectors like food sectors or travel sectors that has helped. That has got help from these push notifications as well.
Right.
So we have JetBlue Airlines from USA, then Extra from Saudi, Netflix, etc. From all over the globe.
So this is the concept here. We've got it there. Abandoned carts, a reminder, and a reminder from Netflix to watch a box set that you abandoned for a while, but you come back to it. So you're sort of saying you've cracked the technology here. This is like a business decision about how frequently and when to remind someone. But if you get that right, it's a very, very strong nudge to re-engage with the brand, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. It's a pretty powerful story there. And then just to finish up, you were mentioning something about limitations, just a reminder for everyone.
Right. So as we all know that each technology has got some limitations with it. So does the push notifications. So the biggest limitation is it will only work with HTTPS and not with HTTP. The reason behind it is the Service Worker, which is being used by push notification, is a very powerful tool. It can hijack into a connection. So a man in the middle can take advantage of it and could hijack into connection and change the responses or data, etc. So this is the limitation of it. Then we have to have short content, or we have a limit on the content that will be shown as a notification pop-up. Then we also have a limit on the pop-ups or the number of pop-ups that we can show on the user screen, and the user can only see that pop-ups whenever the browser is running or whenever the user opens the browser.
Right.
So these are some limitations to be noted down. So
right,
to be noted.
Those limitations are already to make it user-friendly and not too annoying, right? Which we can all, as users, understand and benefit from. Excellent.
Yes, right.
Thanks very much for sharing. Look forward to the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.